What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, bottom video, and we're gonna hop right into it. So today we will be doing another update on the Diddy trial. Obviously, I've been doing a weekly these posting on Monday. So here's another rendition of week 4, day 14 through 17. So really, we're just gonna hop right into it. So I'll be, giving added information as needed coming on here. So yeah. So first, before they even got started for the day on Monday, or it was Monday or Tuesday. But before they Tuesday, I think. Before they even got started on the day on Tuesday, before they brought the jurors and the witness in, they started with the AUSA. There was someone broadcasting me. Oh, I forgot to preface this. So if you haven't been here before, I'm not going to read every tweet, from every day, because some of it, is beating a dead horse. Like, we know he's, being violent. We know, the freak offs, things of that sort. But I'm just basically reading tweets that are important to the case and, funny sometimes. So start with this one. AUSA, there was someone broadcasting me his name just outside the courthouse in Foley Square yesterday. We asked, and then if I get into the funny part, Mia is, the one that was Cassie's friend and the assistant that, was using I can't say that word, a fake name, basically. That they have, found out that her name is Sarah Sanduck. Damn, I should have wrote that shit. Then I forgot. Hold on. Okay, bro. It's I know it's Sarah. I said it in the last video. I just can't remember her last name off the top of my head, and I'm not trying to go through all the way to a YouTube video and find it right now. But then they get interrupted by somebody from the back of the courtroom. He says, "Diddy, they're coming after you, those motherfuckers." Judge, court, and security officers escort that person out. Bruh, a nigga trying to, get involved and heckle a Diddy trial is crazy. Talking about they coming after you done seen these freak offs is absolutely wild. You was a wild nigga. For all the shit that we done heard about Diddy during these freak offs, you was a wild nigga for even being out here, on front line for Diddy like that. That's crazy. So then after that, they were basically talking about before the jury and the witness came in. They were just talking about basically, the security videos, and they were actually trying to, get some of that evidence thrown out. Well, I wouldn't say thrown out, but yeah, they were trying to get thrown out. Basically, they make it not admissible. But so Combs, Tenney, for boy, they got some names. Let's just I only know how to say some of them, so I'm not even gonna pronounce that one because he don't even talk like that. But the way the video is cut makes it appear that Mr. Combs came right after Miss Ventura, and she didn't. AUSA Steiner, I like to address the timestamps on security's video. They are routinely inaccurate. So the videos that they're discussing right now, they're talking about obviously the hotel video, because they're going to have a lot of people on the stand involved in that video today. So the first witness of the day, the government calls Eddie Garcia. Where did you work on the day in question? Garcia, the Intercontinental Hotel. I was told there was an incident involving Sean Combs. AUSA, do you see him here? Combs, still, we stipulate, so still we'll be doing the cross. Anyway, that was, just me basically giving y'all background information on one of the witnesses. So goes into the next one. He says, AUSA, who was your supervisor? Garcia, Bill Medrano. He told me he would do it for 50. AUSA, what did you think that meant? Garcia, he'd give the video for 50,000. AUSA, what did you do? Garcia called Christina, who put Combs on. He called me Eddie, my angel. Eddie, my angel is a crazy way. I get what he's trying to do in theory, like basically trying to, be nice to the nigga so he don't expose him. But Eddie, my angel is a crazy way. My man, something like, not even, I mean, cause damn, that sound like my man. No, not that, but like my dog, something like that. Eddie, my angel is crazy. But this is basically, obviously saying he's proven the bribery that Diddy was trying to do once that to prevent that video from coming out, just for it to come out years later. So that's tough. Oh, okay. I got these. Okay, these three tweets gonna like really go together. So email as shown as Combs' phone number on it, not redacted. It says Combs, aka P. Diddy, says he's a patron and wants to talk to you. AUSA, did you get more calls from Miss Corum? Garcia said yes on my personal number. AUSA, how did you react? Garcia, nervous. Garcia, Miss Corn passed the phone to Mr. Combs again. AUSA, what did he say? Garcia, that I sound like a good guy, that he could help, that something like this would ruin him. He wanted the video. He said if it got out, it would ruin his career. Garcia, I said I didn't have access to the server. He told me he believed I could make it happen. He would take care of me. AUSA, what do you think he meant? Garcia, money for the video. AUSA, what did you do? Garcia reached out to my supervisor about it. And this is another. Actually, that went with the last tweet. I read that out of order a little bit. That tweet I read first about the 50,000. That was at the end of that. But basically, all that is just proving that he tried to bribe them. So then it said, okay. So then they brought somebody else to the stand. AUSA, we are also entering into evidence records from Signature Bank. Judge, any objection? Defense, no. AUSA, with that, the government calls Derek Ferguson. How do you know Mr. Combs? Ferguson, worked for him from 1998 to 2017. AUSA, what was your role? Ferguson, CFO. How were your bonuses determined? Ferguson, company results and my performance. AUSA, were you responsible for managing Mr. Combs' personal finances? Yes, at times during my tenure. So that was just me giving y'all background on the next witness they brought up. So then they go into talking about the money with Cassie's parents and things like that. So AUSA, in this outward transfer, to whom did it go? Ferguson, Cassandra Ventura. AUSA, for how much? Ferguson, 20,000. AUSA, in this one coming in, Ferguson, Roderick Ventura for 20,000. So that one says outward transfer. So he could have been giving Cassie money for anything, but we do remember that Cassie did give in a settlement, help give 20,000. That the witness got on the stand and said that 20,000 came from Cassie, but it came from P. Diddy through Cassie. So that could be that. The Roger Ventura one is obviously the one where he told them they had to give him 20,000 because they would expose Cassie and some of them. I mean, he would expose Cassie in some of the videos because that's when she caught him with Kid Cudi. So that's what that one is doing. And then they brought next witness to the stand. AUS, have you testified before? Piazza, mostly criminal matters. I've also done some civil and depositions. AUSA, have you been qualified as an expert? Piazza, 50 times. AUSA, we move to qualify Mr. Piazza as an expert. Defense, no objection. Judge, he's an expert. So that was just me giving y'all background. Some more backgrounds. How many times have you worked for the Southern District of New York? 50 or 100 times. Is that AUSA? Does that impact your testimony? Piazza, no, I do 75% defense work. AUSA, are you being paid? What is your hourly wage? Piazza, $295. AUSA dollars. Piazza, yes. Now 300. I was wondering why the hell he ain't round up with 300, but that's irrelevant. But 300 though, she working 40 hours a week. Yeah, no, we getting in our pocket watch bag real quick. That's a 12 with plus 3 zeros. That's 12,000 a week. Ooh, wait, fuck. Fuck. But because 12,000 we go with the 48,000, that come out to over 500. Yeah, he getting to it. Anyway, Combs Guerreros, I'm fucking his name up. Who gave the surveillance video to you? Piazza, the U.S. Attorney's Office. G, who gave it to them? Piazza, I don't know. G, did you say it was from a cheap system? Piazza, I didn't think so. That, let me show you your notes. So he was just, this right here, honestly, wasn't much. It was just about the video and wondering where he got it from. But then also, they did kind of, obviously, you want to, when it's a witness from the prosecution as the defense, you want to, poke some holes in their validity and what the fuck they got going on. So that last part about showing the notes was just them trying to poke a hole in bro not remembering what the heck he said, because he did end up admitting that he said something about it was cheap, but I don't know what that really helps for the defense. But I ain't gonna lie, the next witness was on the stand for a while, and it was nigga is interesting to say the least. So you would say the government calls Brianna Bogelin. What else are you called? Bogelin Banner. We're gonna call that motherfucker Banner then. AUSA, what do you work in? Banner, fashion design. AUSA, what did Mr. Combs do to you? Banner held me over a 17-story balcony. Now, okay, it's not funny for somebody to be held over a 17-story balcony. I'm laughing at the fact that this is reportedly a repeat thing that he does. I mean, he did this to Wale. Now he's doing it to somebody else. Like, that's crazy as hell. But that also tweet also gave you a background on who this is. So So then, do. Okay. This one is AUSA. Did Mr. Combs come over? Banner, yes, he banged on the door and came in. AUSA, do you know how? Banner, I don't know. He was upset. He threw a knife in her direction and she threw it back. He left swiftly. AUSA, were you doing drugs? Banner, I don't remember. This is just obviously a violent, a violent moment of P Diddy throwing a knife in somebody's direction is actually crazy. But then her throwing it, I mean, both of them niggas is she. I mean, no, she not tripping because throwing a knife in nigga, you going. But yeah, that's crazy. But another thing is about the drugs part. Obviously, well, you'll see with the testimony. Well, as you should, that her and Banner, Cassie, and Banner had a good relationship, so they would do a lot of these drugs together, and that kind of poked holes in Banner on the stand. You gonna see later because I'm definitely get into it later, but you about to see. So Banner. Mr. Combs came up behind me on the balcony. He lifted me up and put me on the railing. AUSA, can you show us how he held you? Banner, to myself. AUSA, show us how much did you weigh? Banner, I can't say because of the drugs, but about 115 pounds. This a little ass nigga. I ain't gonna lie, 115. This a little ass nigga. How tall is this motherfucker? This 150. That's a little ass nigga. But AUSA, what did Mr. Combs scream at you? Banner, he yelled, what the fuck you did? I said back, I don't know what the fuck I did. AUSA, how long did he hold you there? Banner, how long it takes to say that multiple times? You know what the fuck you did? AUSA, what's next? Banner, he threw me on the balcony furniture. AUSA, were you injured? I didn't know at first. AUSA, what Cassie say? Banner, along the lines of, did you just hang her over a balcony? Then I heard her girlfriend is in the house. I said, all right. I said him. I've been calling her him. My bad. I should have knew. Her name fucking Brianna. I'm tripping. Whatever. Her. My bad. She's still 150 pounds. Still kind of little though. But AUSA, when the last time you had nightmares? Banner, the other day. AUSA, have you hired a lawyer about the balcony incident? Banner, yes. My first lawyer hired in January 2024. Did you mention everything in your first meeting with us? Banner, no. They brought her up there and she about to sell the bag. I hope y'all see the picture that's getting formed. So I screenshotted this or expressed this one. Just the date is interesting. So obviously we know that Cassie filed her lawsuit in October of 2023, and she filed hers in January 2024, which that's works in the defense favor. I'm trying to say, nigga, you're just trying to get money. And then the last part also hurts them. Did you mention everything in your first meeting with us? So now your stories ain't finna. If you get to talking about more here, your stories ain't finna match up. That's finna fuck everything up too. So I did. It said Combs, Westmoreland, November 2023. You are aware Cassie filed a lawsuit. You were working together then. Banner, yes. AUSA, may we have a sidebar? Judge, you may, because she's about to get up there and sell the motherfucking bag. She's getting up there and sell the motherfucker back. But that's what I just told y'all. The dates works in the defense favor. So, Combs, Westmoreland. About this alleged balcony incident, you and Miss Ventura talked about the date, the place, who was there. Banner, true. Westmoreland, in 2015, 2016, you didn't see any signs of violence. True. Banner, I don't know the exact year. Again, getting up there and fucking shit up. Westmoreland, the birthday party. What drugs were you doing? Banner, I don't remember. Westmoreland, alleged knife throwing incident. He just walked in and threw a knife. Banner, I'm not sure. Westmoreland, are you telling the truth? AUSA, objection, because she's getting up there and selling the motherfucking bag. Y'all see what's going on? I don't know. I'm not sure. Nigga, what the fuck did you see and what did you're getting subpoenaed? Like, what the hell are you doing? Anyway. Combs, Westmoreland. Mr. Tyrone said Mr. Combs groped your best. True. Banner, some of the things he wrote were not true. Westmoreland, you fired him and hired new civil lawyers and they drafted a lawsuit. You reviewed it. Banner, to the best of my ability. Obviously, they're saying that she had a previous lawyer on this lawsuit of hers that expressed some things not true, trying to be a money grab. That clearly works in the defense thing, because if you do it once, you'll do it again. And the fact that you were, standing behind this, because even though you did end up firing him, you did, for it to get out, you did stand behind him a little bit on this. And that shit obviously just looks bad if you're trying to put this man away. So, Combs, Westmoreland, look at this document only for the parties. Ma'am, isn't it true that your lawyer, Mr. Tyrone, alleged for the first time sexual assault? And although you knew it was true, you began repeating it? Banner, can you rephrase it? Exactly. Can you rephrase it? What the motherfucker said was clear as hell. That motherfucker said, did you repeat, even though you knew it was a lie, did you stand behind it? Like I just said, the fact that you stand behind it sounds terrible. Westmoreland, Mr. Tyrone alleged that Mr. Combs sexually assaulted you, right? Banner, I can SA. SA'd you, right? Banner, I can't speak for him. Westmoreland, you can't speak. You speak for you. You kept repeating the lie about grabbing your breast. Banner, can you restate it? Westmoreland, okay, cause she understands she up there bullshit. And the reason she's saying, can you restate it? Can you rephrase it? Is because she know the answer to these questions, and it looks bad for her. It looks bad for the prosecution. Now, that was the end of that motherfucking thing. Next witness they brought up is Enrique Santos. Enrique Santos, I have worked at the Southern District of New York Prosecutor's Office for 17 years. I've done 3,000 cell phones extractions at USA. These 3 iPhones, who were they? Santos, Cassandra Ventura. One I I changed IMEI number. It had been repaired. Yeah, he was. I really just mentioned him because he was a witness. He doesn't say anything important, but. Next is the witness that everybody was talking about this week. So we finna get into that. So Jane takes the stand. Inner city press is not describing her physical appearance, obviously because she's up there as Jane Doe. So that's why they can't, because she's supposed to be a mystery like the Mia girl. But you can't hide nothing in today's world. Anyway, AUSA, where did you grow up? Jane, California. AUSA, your level of college? Jane, junior college, then modeling. AUSA, with whom did you have a relationship with from 2021 to 2024? Sean Combs. So that was the background on Jane. Now, the reason I said Jane has been such a hot topic is obviously the way I'm talking, we have figured out Jane's identity. Jane happens, it looks like, I'm gonna just say allegedly. But allegedly, it looks like Jane is Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mama. So, and if you like, who the fuck is Daphne Joy? And I've never seen 50 Cent baby mama. If you ever seen that picture of 50 Cent on the beach with the camera, that woman in that video or in that picture is Daphne Joy. So, obviously, I'll put some pictures up here for y'all. But that's who that is. So, AUSA comment. Until when did you continue dating Sean? Jane. Until his arrest. AUSA. Any breaks? Jane. 2. The 2nd in October 2023 for 4 months. AUSA. When did you get back together? Jane. February 2024. AUSA. How public were you? Jane. It was private. Now that was, obviously describing more of their background, their relationship. Now we gonna get into some of the freaky dick. Now I said I was gonna hold off on this, but fuck it, she don't stand for it anyway. So, Jane, he liked me in lingerie and with high-end stripper shoes. I was to put baby oil all over my body and his. Anyway, AUSA called me. What types of rooms? Jane, in his bedroom. AUSA, how was it lit? Jane, we'd have red lights on. AUSA, how did you feel? Jane, I loved them. So, I also screenshot that because well, at least in this tweet, I'm going to say that. We'll get into it later. But, obviously, she's saying she liked them. Makes it seem like she's felt comfortable, but we're gonna see that unravel a little bit. So, and obviously her feel comfortable is a W for the defense. AUSA Combs, what was Sean doing? Jane, touching himself. AUSA Comey, was he masturbating? Jane, yes. AUSA, what was he talking? What was he talking? What was he saying? Jane, being encouraging and sweet. I was ready to speed things up. AUSA, what do you mean? Get it done, sob. So she is referring to a freak off. She's basically saying that, she was trying to get it over with, and what he was doing in the corner, freak man. So, AUSA Comey, how did you feel? She talking about the first freak off. AUSA Comey, how did you feel? Jane, I feel exhilarated. It was taboo. I had a good time with my partner. AUSA, did you think you'd do it again? Jane, no, or maybe a few times. Something taboo. AUSA, how did things change? Jane, it opens a Pandora's box. So there goes another woman that expressed that when she first did a freak off, she thought it was a one-time thing or a very rare thing, and obviously it was not. So a history of this. So AUSA Comey, what did Sean tell you about your rent when you said you did not want to have sex with other men? Jane, that he had given me maybe 3 more months. AUSA, how did you feel? Jane, frustrated, obligated. AUSA, obligated to do what? Defense, objection, sidebar. Clearly that's coercion. I don't think it's it gets less simpler. That's clearly coercion. So AUSA Comey, did you tell him you wanted to make your own money, Jane, when OnlyFans got big? I told him I wanted to do it like one of my model friends. He gave me this hesitant energy. No. AUSA Comey, what is OnlyFans? Subscribe to models. I do nudity. Freaked out. Yeah, I really screenshot this because damn 50. You really a real nigga and she out here got you looking crazy, bro. Damn 50. Okay, Jane, and after 18 hours and 3 rounds with the entertainer, Sean said he had to leave. I started crying. AUSA called me, were you with someone else? Jane, I was with Sean. It was in the Wardolph in Beverly Hills earlier in our relationship. AUSA, what did Sean say? AUSA called me. And the second time, Jane, I was in the shower after one of these nights. AUSA, is your memory spotty? What do you remember? Jane, I was so high, I was having sex with Paul, one of the sex workers. Not Uncle Paulie. That would be crazy. Then I was in the shower with Sean. He said, stop it. I'm too high. Stop. AUSA comment, you don't have to read this, but did you write, I want to suck P's dick? I'm not even trying to say that because I'm just not trying to say that. Why did you write it? Jane, I knew it would turn Sean on. AUSA, who was Paul? Jane, the entertainer. AUSA, you texting him, you wanted to stop having hotel nights? Jane, yes. So this is, this thing go either way. So obviously the fact that you're texting him this, it sounds like you enjoy it from, the naked eye. So that would be a win for the defense. Now, you saying that you wanted to stop having hotel nights, which hotel nights is what they're using, the phrase they were using for free calls. And you have expressed this, and he made you keep going like one time before, like he said, will stop paying your rent, and we finna get into other attempts of this coercion. So as far as coercion going, and like I said, on the lines of sexually trafficking in Rico, you see the case that the prosecution is trying to build. So James, he said I'll do 30 days without drugs, but let's have one last sobriety party at the Limerick. Fuck it. AUSA called me. How long did it last? Jane, too long, 18 hours. AUSA, what happened? Jane, the first guy, the second guy, I was not feeling well. I threw up. Disgusting. Jane, I told Sean I throw up. AUSA called me. What did you say? Jane said, that's good. Now you be ready for the third guy. He's here. What kind of shit is this nigga into, bro? Hey, yo, say, how did you feel, Jane? I was disgusted. I was just repulsed. I was too mad at myself. Nigga, I'm mad at you. Cause ain't no motherfucking way. Ready for the third? He just had him on weight like they Mortal Kombat characters or something. He freaked the fuck out, man. Folks freaked out. This one right here. This for the Gooners if you're watching this. AUSA call me. Who did you choose? James Sly Williams. I called him chef. He had a passion for cooking. What were you? Oh no, I'm early. Hold on. What were you doing? No. Sly. No, I'm not tripping. I'm tripping. My bad. I'm not early. What were you and Sean doing? Jane having sex on ecstasy. We started talking about Sly size. Sean was acting all flirtatious about it. So if you haven't, like I said, this is for the real gooners. Sly is, if what who is exactly who I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about. I'm exactly. It's exactly who you're thinking about in the corn star. So that's who they're referring to in Sly. The reason I screenshot that because why when y'all having sex are y'all talking about the size of another man's penis, and she described it as him acting flirtatious? That's nuts. That's nuts. That's nuts. Okay. Still here for the Gooners. AUSA call me. Where did the cash go to pay Sly come from? Jane, Sean from the drawer. Sometimes we need use Cash App. AUSA, was there a second adult entertainer you reached out to? Jane, yes. Anton, I think Anton Harris. It was his stage name. I don't know his real name. Cash App is obviously important here. Paper trail. But I said for the Gooners, yes, Anton Harris is the one you're thinking about. So yes, this nigga was, he said fuck the sex workers, nigga. We just gonna get straight to the porn stars. So yeah, that's crazy. That nigga's on his album 22. Think about that. Okay, Jane, I was doing like sexting, FaceTime, and screen sharing to Sean's TV. I told Sly and Anton I was alone so they would feel comfortable. AUSA, did you ask Sly and Anton to send you pictures of their genitals? Jane, yes. Sean wanted them. He would say, get it. He would say, get it to getting corn stars. Ridiculous. Sean gave him a condom and then walked away. He was so disappointed. The guy finished. I can't remember where. AUSA called me. What next? Jane, the main left. We switched rooms to a bigger suite. AUSA, what then? Jane, Sean was more loving. He was celebratory. Mm, mm, mm. This nigga was mad as hell. She wanted to use a condom. You already making this woman fuck in front of you, and now you mad because she wanted. That's ridiculous. And walked out the room like a well, shit, you shouldn't be in a room anywhere, so never mind. AUSA call me. He started paying your rent, Jane. Yes. AUSA, who is paying your rent now? Jane, Sean. Conflict of interest. Now this one was funny to me because of how she described it. Jane, I had promised him an all-star party. AUSA call me. What's that? I bring the top 3 guys all on the same night. AUSA, why? Jane, I was with my lover. He liked that. I told him I have to be awake at 8 a.m. Sunday. I said the last time I got sick. Who I don't her lover is crazy. Oh no. Yeah, no. Her lover is crazy. Why he acting like an all-star party? She said, "Yeah, let's get a superstar. All the niggas trying to go crazy." Okay. AUSA call me. What did you write, Jane? I wrote, why do you talk about the father of my child? All because you don't get your way one night and bust a nut. AUSA, what did he says back in his message? Cone's voice. I don't have time, baby girl. Obviously I just included that because that kind of give you more context that Jane Doe's is Daphne Joy 50 Cent's baby mama. So, but quick rundown, everything. Obviously, I told y'all the witnesses and things that niggas been on the stand. I tell y'all every week that this is not a domestic violence case. They have emphasized that. But this is a sexual trafficking RICO case. Um, First, this is a federal case, so that whole Trump rumor shit, that's very possible he can pardon him if he does get convicted. But as far as my opinion on if he will be convicted, I think he will. Um, I just feel like they're like the core origin, the core. I said that's so nasty. The abuse, just obviously paying her rent and then threatening to take it away. That's as far as today, but it's a lot more with the cases over the week. But you got to watch the other videos for that. Fuck with me, but yeah, I just think the prosecution is doing a great job of really connecting the dots, saying like, yes, nigga, this is sexually trafficking, the sex workers coercion. I just think a lot of shit they have already proved to be real is enough to convict him for some of these charges. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I think he's cooked, but Trump might save his ass. But yeah, that's all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG, TikTok, bottom video, and we out.